Alright, so it's a long run day. I'm headed out for an 8 mile. I'm gonna throw my heart rate monitor on. I'm gonna get it wet. Got all the pants, leggings, head thing clean, and we're ready for today. Hydrated. Had kind of pretty much a carbo-loaded breakfast. Not gonna lie. I had waffles with a bunch of fruit and some maple syrup on there. So by no means am I doing a long, slow, carbo-fasted run. Yeah. Welcome to day 49. We're going for an 8 mile. I'm pretty excited. See you afterwards. Oh yeah, and the reason I'm checking in here is because it's like snowing. It's cold. So I figured I would check in here, and we won't have to, do all the cool stuff out there. Let's get into the zone, run my 8 miles, and then we'll talk about it. We'll go from there. Happy Sunday. Happy long run day if it's your long run. Might not be. It could be. See you in 8 miles. Alright, let's talk about that run. So I went out for an 8-mile run. It was fun. It was snowing. It's kind of cold, but let's chill. Okay, so mile 1, a 9:25 minute with a 141 BPM. That is a spot-on warm-up mile. Mile 2, we did a 10:13 minute with a 153 BPM. We're working into things. That's pretty much my average once I get my heart rate going. Mile 3, a 9:51, 154. So maybe we're getting a little bit, aerobic base is getting a little bit stronger. That's what I'm thinking there. Mile 4. So I know most people probably won't know the hill, but I'll simplify things. Okay, so mile 4, I get to this point where I'm headed down the main road that I run on, and I can either keep going down into town, or I can take a right up to a college campus. There's a pretty aggressive climb for probably about a half mile. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling all right. Let's do a climb. So mile 4 was an 11:02 at 162 BPM, which I'm super duper okay with because it's a hard incline. I don't really know how inclines work, but it was like, I don't know, 45 or something. Like a hill, one of those. Mile 5, I was kind of plateaued at the top of the hill. There was a track on the campus that I did a couple laps around. That was a 9:12, 164 BPM, so my heart rate was still going from the climb, I assume, but I was kind of slowly working into, actually a pretty fast pace, 9:12. I don't know what I was doing. I was cruising. Feeling good. Might as well listen to the body rather than numbers, I guess, sometimes. Mile 6, an 8:53, 168. I think it was pretty high because I was kind of cruising down that hill that I had just climbed up. So I was flying. Down a minute. My mile 7 was 9:53, 160 BPM. That's about probably where it should be. I assume that was a pretty normal mile. I was flattening out from coming down the hill, looking for a spot to pee. Then mile 8 at 9:15 in 167 BPM. Kind of just stopped looking at the heart rate and really wanted to just kind of bust out that last mile, see what I had in the tank. I felt fine. I did 9:15, so pretty cool with that. Okay, so that was my 8 miler. Now I kind of just want to talk about how I got here and one thing that I'm really thankful for in the decisions I made going into this. Basically, in general, I just really want to say that I think the little aerobic base that I've been working up to and progressively adding on miles is 100% the way to go. I ran an 8 miler a couple weeks before I started this whole training program plan. It's not really a program because I'm making it up as I go, really, but I do have a 25-week plan laid out where I'm routinely adding on a couple miles here and there. And when I did this 8 miler before, I ran it and averaging like 8-minute miles, but I was really sore the next day. I was really sore. I was hurt. So that got me thinking hey, I could run an 8 miler, but let's see, maybe if I train for something, I should be able to do this without as much pain. And wouldn't you know it, at the end of week 7 in this program of working, slowly adding miles, I totally just ran an 8 miler, and I don't think I'll be that sore. I stretched a bit. I'm all set. So yeah, end of the day, awesome run. Overall message for the day, build your base. I think that is, I'm not an experienced runner. I'm not qualified to be giving anyone advice on how to run, how to train for a marathon. This is purely a story of how I'm training for mine, and I assume it'll help other people along the way. But one big thing I think that I've gathered from every program, everyone's going to have their, you got to do this, you got to do that to give you that little edge. This isn't about giving you an edge. This is about building, mileage safely. So build your base. And And that was day 49 of marathon training. As always, ciao for now. Didn't see that coming, did you?